Welcome to another edition of Coach's Corner presented by Atrium Health. Paul Roper joined by Davidson College head football coach Scott Abel. After a bye week, they get ready for this week's Carolina border clash against Presbyterian College. And exciting news that was shared at the start of the week. There will be a trophy involved, the 1919 Cup. Talk about this new thing that's been started against the regional rival.
Well, I think it's just a great idea that both our campuses have come up with and jointly worked together to create this anticipation, excitement around this game. I mean, we're an hour and a half apart, okay? And in our league, you don't have many proximities that make sense for a rivalry. And so I said this 2 years ago when Presbyterian was coming into the league, what a great opportunity for us to build a regional rivalry. And I'm very grateful for our campus and their campus for really getting behind all this momentum, creating the 1919 Cup, right? Creating the Carolina border clash. And I'm excited. I'm excited for this game. I'm excited for the future of the rivalry, and I think it's great for everyone.
It'll be the third time that you guys will play Presbyterian in a calendar year after they were part of a scheduling setup last year, which they played twice in the spring. So what will that challenge present to you? Well,
that's certainly unique, okay? Probably not quite as unique as maybe it would have been had there not been a staff change at Presbyterian, because when a staff change comes, you're seeing a new schematics on both sides of the football, right? Whole different philosophy on the approach of the game. So, it is like playing a brand new opponent for us. For them, they have film versus us, right? Their guys have seen us live in action twice in the last 6 months. So, there is that thought that they get to see this offense now 3 times in 6 months. And so, but with that said, they're under new leadership, so the philosophies are different. So I don't think it really plays a whole lot into this game.
Before we jump back into football, let's talk about something very important that Jaden Pask has done with the Save a Warrior project. His father's about to be deployed overseas for a 4th time. I know they have a very close relationship, but Jaden is doing a wonderful thing to help our veterans out there.
He really is, and as you said, it's so close to his heart and close to our heart as well. Anytime we have direct impact of family members, right, close loved ones, right, brothers in arms that are really immediately impacted, right, it hits home even more impactful than it would be, on a normal situation. And so in this time for Jaden, right, really proud of him, how he's led the effort to really get behind Save a Warrior. What does that mean? How can he involve our team? And he's just done a phenomenal job with that. And I said this last week. I'm really honored and blessed to be a part of a group of men that have such a passion in serving, that want to make this community, our world, a better place. And that's what this is. And we are so grateful for all those that serve both here in the States and abroad. And, for Jaden's family and all they've done for our communities and our country, very grateful.
And turning our attention to this weekend's game, the Presbyterian College Blue Hose coming to town will award the 1919 Cup. And they're known for their first-year head coach, Kevin Kelly. He's a coach that has some interesting aspects of the game, doesn't punt, like to go for 2-point conversion, onside kicks. What should we expect to see from Presbyterian this weekend?
Well, yes, I would tell you it's about as unique as anything I've coached against in my career. Our paths aren't wildly different. I spent a couple decades coaching high school football, as did he, and before I jumped into college coaching. And so, I see the game a little different than a lot of people see the game as well. So, but with that said, I've never seen anything quite like we're going to go up against Saturday, right? Their philosophy and their aggressiveness on their 4th downs, their aggressiveness on their kickoff schematics where they're going to onside kick at every play, okay? And so, we've had time to prepare for that, but I don't think you can really be prepared till you see it live and in action for the first time. So, we got to trust and have confidence in what we do every day, the fundamentals of football. We talk about preparation each and every day, every week. We think that's the key to success. It's the key to us playing with confidence. And so we have prepared, and now we just need to go and execute with confidence. And I'm sure we'll have to make some game time adjustments, as I think everyone who's played them. I think the thing that doesn't get talked about probably a whole lot with Coach Kelly's football approach is just the pace at which they play, the philosophy of how many offensive plays can we run. They ran 115, I think, offensive plays against Moorhead. So just let that sink in, right? They threw the ball 80 times, okay? So that probably gives me as much pause as anything, right? That keeps me up at night probably as much as anything, because much as you prepare for a scheme like that, it's just hard. It's hard to get guys lined up at times. It's hard to get the right personnel on the field. And so, give a great deal of credit to our defense staff. They made some great in-time game adjustments for Stetson, who somewhat tried to do the same thing, right? And so that should give us confidence. But that is something very unique, right? You don't see programs around the country that are committed to throwing the ball 80 times in a game, right? And they are. They are. They're going to try to run 100 plays against us Saturday, okay? So, I think it certainly will be a battle of wills, but at the end of the day, we're going to rely on the fundamentals that we've taught and emphasized from day one. We got to block well, right? We got to open up some inside running lanes. We got to block well on the perimeter. Okay, we got to run the ball with authority. And then when the opportunity comes offensively to hit them with a couple big plays over top, we got to be ready to do that. And we've certainly grown with that as this season's gone on. Defensively, it's all about tackling, right? I mean, there's no other way to say it. There'll be a lot of base looks from our defense, just because we're going to make sure we get lined up right, and then we're going to rely on our speed and athletic ability to rally and tackle, okay, and force them to line up and do it over and over and over and not give up the big play. And I think those are keys to the game.
Well, those fundamentals have helped the Wildcats to 3 straight victories and a 2-0 start in PFL play. We're looking forward to seeing Towhead Leather on Saturday against the Blue Hose. Good luck, Coach.
Thanks, Paul.
That is head coach Scott Abel. And again, if you want to donate to the Save a Warrior Project, the link is online at davidsonwildcats.com. We'll hear from Jaden Pask later this week on our player profile presented by Wade Associates. And then on Saturday night at 7 o'clock, it is a blackout. Make sure you wear your black as part of Wildcat Weekend, as we'll award the 1919 Cup for the first time for the winner of the Davidson Wildcats and the Presbyterian Blue Hose as part of the Carolina Border Clash. You'll also listen to our pregame coverage at 6:30 on the Davidson Sports Network presented by Learfield. My name is Paul Roper. Thank you for joining us this week. We'll see you next time on davidsonwildcats.com.